I'm really struggling to manage my money this semester. My budget just seems to disappear within a few days, and I honestly have no idea where it's all going. It's starting to stress me out.
I've definitely been there. One thing that really helped me was tracking every single expense for a month. I wrote down everything I spent, even tiny things like gum or snacks. It was honestly shocking to see where my money was actually going.
Same for me. I found I was spending way more than I realized on little things like coffee and takeaway snacks. It doesn't seem like a big deal at the moment, but when you add it all up, it makes a huge dent in your budget.
That's probably what's happening to me too. I buy coffee almost every day without thinking about it. I didn't think it was a big deal, but now I'm starting to realize how it adds up over time.
Try making your own coffee at home. It's so much cheaper. And if you can start meal prepping even a few days a week, you'll save a ton by avoiding takeout or those last-minute food runs when you're too tired to cook.
Also, make use of student discounts. You'd be surprised how many places offer them. Restaurants, stores, software subscriptions, even public transport. You just have to ask or check online before you buy.
I had no idea student discounts were that common. I've probably missed out on a lot of savings just because I didn't ask.
There are also some great apps for budgeting. Some of them let you categorize your spending, and a few even send you alerts when you're close to your limit. It helps you stay aware in real time instead of just hoping for the best.
And setting a weekly spending cap can really make a difference. Once I started doing that, I became way more conscious of my daily choices. Like, instead of buying lunch every day, I started packing my own a few times a week.
That sounds manageable. I guess I've been spending without really thinking. Tracking everything and being more intentional could help me stay on top of things.
Totally. You don't have to be perfect, you just need a bit more awareness of your habits.
Exactly. Once you know where your money's going, it's a lot easier to control it instead of letting it control you.
Thanks, both of you. I'll start by tracking my expenses this week and looking into those budgeting apps. Hopefully, I can get back on track soon.
I've been sleeping really poorly lately. Some nights I stay up way too late, and other times I wake up multiple times during the night. No matter how many hours I spend in bed, I never feel fully rested the next day.
That sounds rough. Do you use screens right before bed? Phones, laptops, even tablets, they all emit blue light, and that can interfere with your sleep. It tricks your brain into thinking it still needs to stay awake.
I used to have the same issue. I'd lie in bed, scrolling through Instagram or watching random videos until I passed out. But ever since I made a rule to stop using my phone at least an hour before bedtime, I've noticed a big improvement in how deeply I sleep.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I usually scroll through social media or watch reels until I literally fall asleep with the phone still in my hand. I never thought about how much that might be affecting my sleep quality.
You could try switching to something more relaxing instead. Reading a physical book, listening to calming music, or even putting on a sleep podcast can help your mind slow down without the harsh screen light.
And don't underestimate the power of a consistent routine. Going to bed and waking up at the same time, every day, even on weekends, really helps your body find its natural rhythm. Once you get into that flow, falling asleep becomes a lot easier.
That's definitely something I struggle with. My sleep schedule is totally unpredictable, especially when I'm swamped with late-night assignments or revision.
Maybe you could try planning your day a bit more intentionally. Using a planner or even just writing a quick to-do list in the morning might help you finish your tasks earlier so you're not stuck working late into the night.
And don't forget about caffeine. Coffee, tea, energy drinks, they're fine earlier in the day, but if you have them after 4 or 5 p.m., they can really throw off your ability to wind down. I had to learn that the hard way, after pulling a few all-nighters.
Wow, I hadn't considered how all these things were adding up. Between screens, irregular hours, and late coffee runs, I guess I've been sabotaging my own sleep without realizing it.
It's easy to overlook, but small changes really can make a difference.
Totally. Start small, cut back on screens, maybe fix your bedtime a little, and see how it goes from there. Better sleep is definitely worth the effort.
Thanks, guys. I'll start by setting a cutoff time for screens and trying to sleep more consistently. Fingers crossed it works.
I have a class presentation tomorrow, and I'm super nervous. I really hate public speaking. Just thinking about standing in front of everyone makes my stomach turn. I honestly wish I could skip it altogether.
That's totally normal. Honestly, almost everyone feels that way. You're definitely not alone. Even experienced speakers still get butterflies sometimes. Have you practiced in front of anyone yet?
Yeah, practicing can make a huge difference. I usually go over my presentation with a friend or even just record myself on my phone. Watching it back is a bit awkward, but it helps me catch things like awkward pauses, filler words, or unclear parts. Plus, it builds your confidence once you know what to expect.
I haven't done any of that. I've just been rewriting and reviewing my notes over and over, hoping I won't freeze up when I'm actually in front of the class.
I get that, but try standing up and speaking your presentation out loud, like you're actually delivering it. Even if you're alone in your room, it really helps you get used to how it feels to say the words out loud. That way, your brain and body are more prepared when the real moment comes.
And don't aim for perfection. Everyone makes little mistakes during presentations, and most people won't even notice. Honestly, most of your classmates are too busy worrying about their own presentations to judge you. You're likely being way more critical of yourself than anyone else will be.
That's probably true. I just get so self-conscious when everyone's looking at me. My hands shake and I completely forget what I'm supposed to say.
It helps to shift your focus. Instead of thinking about how you look or sound, focus on the message you're trying to share. You've prepared for this. Just trust that you know your stuff. And if you lose your place, it's totally fine to pause, take a breath, and pick up again. It happens to everyone, and no one's going to hold it against you.
Speaking of breathing, take a few deep breaths before you start. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. It really calms your nerves and helps you feel grounded.
That actually sounds doable. I've been so caught up in being nervous, I didn't think about just breathing. I'll try practicing out loud tonight and maybe record myself too. And I'll try not to be so hard on myself.
That's the spirit. Just take it one step at a time.
You've got this. You'll do better than you think.
I feel like I am constantly torn between going out with friends and staying in to study. It is really hard to strike the right balance. If I study all the time, I feel like I am missing out, but if I go out too much, my grades start slipping. It is like I cannot win.
Yeah, that's a really common struggle, especially in college. It's easy to feel like you have to choose between fun and success. What's helped me is making social plans as a kind of reward. Like, I'll only go out after I've finished a big assignment or put in a good study session. That way, I enjoy it more because I know I've earned it and I don't feel guilty later.
I totally get that. I actually use a digital planner to block out time for both studying and hanging out. When I see everything laid out, it helps me manage my time better and avoid last-minute cramming. Plus, it makes social time feel like something I've chosen, not something that just happened.
That sounds smart. I've never been good at planning, though. I usually just say yes to plans when someone invites me, and then panic later when I realize I have work due or a test the next day. It's stressful, and I always end up regretting it.
Maybe try setting some basic boundaries to start with. Like, limit yourself to going out just once or twice a week, and use the other nights for studying or relaxing. You don't have to give up fun completely. Just be more intentional about when and how you socialize.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to say no once in a while. You don't have to be at every hangout or party to stay connected with your friends. If they're real friends, they'll understand that sometimes you need to focus on your priorities. It's about quality, not quantity.
That's true. I think I've been afraid of missing out or being left out. But honestly, I'm not enjoying things as much when I know I've got unfinished work waiting, and my grades have definitely dropped this semester.
Think about the long term. You're in school to learn and build your future, but at the same time, taking breaks and spending time with friends is also important for your mental health. You just need to find that middle ground.
Exactly. Try making a simple plan for the week. Include both your academic goals and some downtime. You don't have to be perfect at it right away. Just take small steps and adjust as you go.
Thanks. I think I will give that a shot. If I can find a way to balance things better, I will probably feel less stressed and enjoy both studying and socializing more.
I have this massive project due next week, and I haven't even started it yet. Every time I think about it, I just feel overwhelmed and anxious. So I end up avoiding it altogether and wasting time instead. It's really starting to stress me out.
That's totally understandable. What you're feeling is classic procrastination, and it usually shows up when a task feels too big or unmanageable. One thing that really helps me is breaking the project down into smaller, more doable parts. When you look at it as one giant task, it's scary. But if you turn it into smaller steps, like topic research, outlining, writing a rough draft, it feels a lot less overwhelming.
Same here. I actually make a checklist for each step, even the tiny ones. It feels really satisfying to tick things off, and it keeps me moving forward. I also try to reward myself after completing each part, like watching an episode of a show or taking a short walk. It makes the process feel less like a chore and more like a series of small wins.
I've made lists before, but I always end up ignoring them. I just find myself scrolling on my phone or watching random videos instead of getting anything done.
That's a common trap. Have you tried the Pomodoro technique? You set a timer for 25 minutes of focused work, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 rounds, you take a longer break. It can really help you stay focused without burning out, and knowing there's a break coming up keeps you from reaching for your phone too soon.
And honestly, your environment plays a huge role too. When I'm at home, it's easy to get distracted. But when I go to the library or even a quiet cafe, I find it much easier to concentrate. Just being in a space that feels more academic puts me in the right mindset.
That makes a lot of sense. I usually work in my room, and between my bed, my phone, and everything else, it's hard to focus.
You could also tell someone your daily goals, like say out loud, or text a friend, "I'm going to finish my outline tonight." Just putting it out there adds a bit of accountability. It's helped me stay on track more than once.
And seriously, don't beat yourself up about procrastinating. It happens to everyone. Being too hard on yourself just adds pressure and makes it even harder to get started.
Thanks, both of you. I'll give the Pomodoro method a try, maybe head to the library, and break this project down into smaller steps. I actually feel a bit more in control now.
Thank you for watching this video, will help you a lot, and subscribe our channel Vital PTE Academy to see more education related videos of PTE Academy. I will meet you in next video.